First, we'll cover variable part. Okay.
Hmm.
So in the variable, if you see the input variable, we have mainly like input, output, and private variable. These three variable types we have. So what
Hmm.
is input variable? So input variable is nothing but something we are taking input from services or some process or from external system. So the
Hmm.
input might be like whenever this process is calling, some external system is trying to send some data, right? Input variables. So
Hmm.
input parameter. So that might
Hmm.
be input. Okay. Or example in the process. So in the process, so from here, for this service, we need to pass some input, right? So whenever start is triggered, so here we need to pass some input. So those input, whatever input we are passing to the service, which will comes under input variable. So from the
Hmm.
service, after the execution of some logic, so we need to get some data, right? Output. So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
will be output variable. So if you take
Hmm.
our Java class, right? So
Hmm.
whenever you are executing a function or class, at that
Hmm.
time we will be passing the parameters, input
Hmm.
parameters. So example, you want to perform addition. So for to perform addition, so you'll be passing number one and number two as the input. And post that execution, you will be getting some output, right? So addition, you'll be writing a logic inside the class. So you'll be adding those two numbers, then you will get the output. So that
Hmm.
output will be your parameter. It's a very
Hmm.
simple.
Hmm. Hmm.
You're understanding,
Means
right?
A plus B equal to C. So A B will be input parameter mapping parameters and output will be C, right?
See, it's same.
Okay.
Yes,
And
simple.
sir, that
Okay.
addition or that happens where? That addition and equals to
Inside
we
this one.
write.
Inside
Okay.
this
Okay.
one. So here you will be
Okay.
writing the logic.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this
The
is your
script
service.
or something, right? Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So here you will be inside this you will be performing that addition. So from there you will be getting output. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. Absolutely clear.
Yeah. And next one is a private variable. A private variable is nothing but which will be used only this process. Inside this process, we will be using it. Okay. Um, so example, you will be like to perform this addition, right? So you will be declaring some private variable. So example, you taken num1 and num2 as a input. Then to perform this addition, so there will be like you will be locally first what you will do, you will declare like var sum is equal to like that you will local variable you will declare, then inside that you will perform the addition, so you will add those two number and you will assign one local variable, and inside that after the addition is performed, then sum is assigned to that sum variable, then post that again you will assign that variable the value to the output variable. For example,
Huh. Huh.
I have opened the service flow, okay, service
Huh.
flow
Huh.
in in its process values. For
Huh.
example, I want to write some logic. Okay, so I'll declare something like I say like hello world. World is a variable name. Okay, so now what happens? So I want to now what happens? This variable is right hello world that can be accessed within this process only. In this service flow only you can access that variable. So if I come out here, right? So here I don't see that process variable means it's a private variable I won't be able to access. The scope of that variable, private variable, is limited within this service flow. You are understanding or confusing?
No, no, I'm understanding. I understood actually. That is answered my question. That it is limited this whatever variable you have created here as a private, the scope limited within this particular service, right?
Service.
Wherever this service will be executed, that will use that particular private. Once that service is executed from start to end, then after this end, whatever it is getting called, that private variable has no existence beyond this end or before this start. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. Right?
Yes, yes. Right, right.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So
Got it, sir.
this hello world variable you can use inside the service flow only. So if you come out of the service flow, you can't access it because it is private to the service. So
Yes.
that is
Yes.
what I meant to say.
Uh,
Okay. But if you take input and output variable, so the scope is like here you'll be taking like whenever you want to take input values, then the scope will be like you are taking an input. Then after that, the scope will be like you can use that variable completely everywhere. Okay. But when you want to pass that variable as the output, right? Same variable you need to use as the output. So then the scope will be like the input one, same variable I can send it as the output as well.
Okay.
Your
And sir, this input and output, this variable can be used any other service flow, or it has to be used only within this service flow?
this can be used in other service flow as well, right?
Okay. Yes.
That
Yes.
is
Yeah.
possible. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you see input one I'm taking, so this input one variable I taken as an input from the parent process, right? So parent service I'm taking here. So if you see here, so same variable can be exist in the main process as well. So from the main process, I'm sending input to this service. Okay, that is input one has taken. Then again there will be some logic is executed, and same again input one I'm sending as an output. So the scope is like from parent process I'm taking as input same variable, and again throughout the service the same variable I'm using it, and again same variable I'm sending as output from some after some executing some logic. So I'm sending as output. So again the scope is like from the out of the service it came as output variable. That output data I can use it in the main process. Is it clear or?
Yeah. It is clear. It is clear.